Oh, hi Ruben. Come
Hello.
in. Take a seat.
Oh, thanks.
How are you doing today?
Oh, yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you.
Oh, good.
So obviously you know why we're here today. You've been with the company now 12 months, so it's time for your annual review with us. I'm going to be conducting that today with you, but I have been in discussions and had feedback from your team leader as well. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. So there are a few areas for us to cover today. Are you happy for us just to crack on and get started?
Yeah, I think so. I've got nothing at the moment that I need to ask or say, so
Perfect. Well, if you do have any questions, just ask as we go on.
okay.
So I want to start by saying congratulations on passing your 3-month probation period with us at Net-a-Porter.
Thank you.
Really well done. You made an excellent start here with the company. In fact, I'll say your first 6 months have been great and you met all your KPIs. So that's really job well done.
Thank you very much.
That's all right. However, when we do look back at the last 6 months or so, your output has started to fall slightly and you're failing to reach your targets as they've been rising month on month. Are there any reasons or factors that you can think of that could be affecting your performance in any way?
No, not that I can think of really. I thought I was trying my best and doing okay at the moment.
Okay, well, at the moment, I am afraid to say you are the lowest performer on our team.
Oh dear.
And obviously, I want all of my team to be at the top. I want us to be the best of the best.
Yeah, I can understand that. I guess I can try and up my game. I didn't realise I'd dropped off that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I've also noted that you've put down that you aspire to promote to team leader within the next year or so. Is that something you're still thinking about?
Yeah, definitely. I really think the extra responsibility will motivate me and push me to reach my potential. I think I'd be a good team leader as well, I think, overall.
Okay. Well, obviously, to be a team leader, what we really need to make sure is that you're up there, being the best of the best. We need to make sure that you're hitting your targets and meeting all those KPIs that we've set out. So I think what we really need to concentrate on over the next few months is getting that sorted.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'll do whatever it takes to get me back up there.
Great, Ruben. That's a good attitude to have. So I think what we're going to do is set ourselves out a little plan and some achievable objectives to help us reach that goal. So for the next 2 months, we're going to keep your order target as it is at 18.
Okay.
And we're really going to focus on achieving that target. I have spoken with your team leader already, and we've agreed that he's going to act as your mentor for those 2 months.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be useful.
Yeah, so they're going to be there really to help and assist you and just ensure that you're reaching your full capacity, you're using your time effectively when on the picking floor and stuff like that. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, so as I said, keep those targets the same for the first 2 months, and then after that, we're going to look at steadily increasing them month on month in line with the rest of your team. Okay, we will sit down at the 2 month point and just make sure that you've been hitting those targets initially.
Yeah.
And then, as I said, we're going to look at increasing them over a 6-month period. So at the end of that 6 months, the three of us will get back together, sit down, and just have a little review of how you're doing. Hopefully there'll be no issues, but how does that sound to you, Ruben?
Yeah, that sounds really good actually. I'm really serious about getting to team leader, so whatever it takes, I'm willing to do it. And this will give me my best shot at it, I guess, learning from someone else as well to sort of guide and mentor me.
Yeah, that's exactly. So let's get this sorted then. And then at the review, what we can do is we'll sit down, we'll have a look at the next course of action, how to make you competitive for team leader. We'll get you some smart objectives set and we'll get you working towards that.
Perfect, thank you.
No worries at all. So moving on then, I do have an area of concern for me, and what that is your absence days for the year. So they are pretty high. So far you've had 8 days absence. Is there anything going on outside of work or in the background that could be the root cause of these days off?
Well, actually there is something. My nana's unwell at the moment. She normally has home help, but they've been unreliable lately, and because of this, I've had to have a few last minute occasions where I've gone to see her, which has meant I've then had to call in sick here so that I can go and look after her. So that's probably why it's crept up a little bit in recent months.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear about you, Nana Ruben. Hopefully she gets better soon. But please let me stress, speak to either me or your team leader. We are here to help, and there are a few things that we can do to try and help you out so you don't have to take those unauthorised absence days. There are things such as we can look at your shift pattern, maybe putting you on later or earlier shifts, if that's going to help with a bit of home care, or even just using some of your holiday days if there's no other way around it. But I will say the main thing is just to keep us in the loop, and we can just try and assist wherever possible and make it as easy for you as we can.
Okay, yeah, thanks. That'll probably make it a lot easier and be a great help actually, and a big weight lifted off my shoulders. I probably should have just gone about it that way in the first place, but you know what it's like when you want to try and just do it yourself and manage it yourself, and then you probably make wrong decisions at the time.
Yeah, I totally get that, Ruben, but as I said, we are here to help and we want to look after the welfare of all our employees, so just feel free to come and have a chat with us.
Thank you, because it has caused a lot of stress for me recently, so it is nice to know that I can come to you guys and that you'll look out for me and we can work around it.
Yeah, perfect. So going forward then, communication's the key. Just want to touch, how do you feel that you've interacted with the rest of your team?
Well, not that well, if I'm honest, I suppose. I don't seem to have really fit into the group yet. We don't have that much in common, for instance, and I'm not sure if it is because I've been in and out and a couple of, like we've discussed, a couple of sick days that probably have made it a bit disjointed and haven't helped, but I think I could definitely fit in better in the coming months.
Okay, well that is a shame that you feel like that, because here at Net-a-Porter we want everyone to enjoy their time at work and feel included. Are you aware of the monthly pub quiz that a lot of them go to down at the Duke's?
No, I wasn't actually. I hadn't heard about that.
So it's really popular with lots of the team members, and it's just a great chance to get together and know everyone socially outside of the work environment.
Yeah, well, I think maybe if a couple of the lads that maybe that are going to mentor me now, maybe they'll invite me, and then that way I can get down there and mix a bit better, get to know all the other guys as well, and yeah, that'll probably help a lot.
Yeah, well, I think it could be really good for you to come along to the next one. So after this review, what I'll do is I'll get you the date and the time, and we'll get it in your diary.
Okay.
Just be a good way, as I said, for you to break down barriers. Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll give that a go. Be nice to properly get to know the rest of the team, to be honest, and feel more of a part of it.
Brilliant. So I have heard they're normally a really good night, and if you're wanting to be a team leader, I think it's really important that you bond with that team and you build up that rapport with them. So this will be a great starting block.
Yeah.
There is also a lot of in-house charity events that we do, which I noticed you've not taken part with so far. So again, that's something that we should look at getting you involved with, especially soon as you're wanting to reach team leader.
Yeah, I think probably with my Nana being poorly at the moment, I just haven't felt I've really had the time to, give any of the rest of my time to the company or to charity. So
Yeah.
if we can look at ways around that, then that'll free up a bit of time and I can look to get involved.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so while we're here today then, I also just want to discuss the grievance that was brought up against you earlier in the year by one of your team members.
Okay, well, if I can just say that it's all resolved now, and we are working a lot better together since having a chat and making sure that we're happy with what happened, and yeah, I think we've resolved it now.
Yeah, so I am aware it's all sorted and that's fab, but we have received a few comments from other team members just about how sometimes you can come across a bit aggressive, and sometimes you can have rather a short temper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and obviously that's not something we tolerate here at Net-a-Porter. How do you feel about those comments?
Well, it's definitely not intentional. It's not something that I was really aware of either. As I said earlier, my Nana is poorly at the moment, and that's been causing me some added stress. So maybe that's you know, at the root cause of it. I think all of that is just giving me a bit of a shorter fuse, possibly at the moment. Yeah, that's all I can think really. That's the issue really.